Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. And in today's episode I want to share with you how I won the diversity visa on the first attempt. I'm going to share with you the tips and the tricks I used so that you can win on your next entry. So in the recent year I applied for the US diversity, that is immigrant program visa, and commonly known as US green card lottery or the American Diversity Lottery. And guess what? I got it. So since the DV 2016 program starts each year in October, that is the first week of October actually, I'll tell you everything you can and you should do if you want to go to America one day. And of course, if you're lucky enough, you will win, of course. So sit back, relax, and let's enjoy the tips I'm gonna give you. So let's start with the registration and procedure. So you should know that we only have one official website you should use to sign up, which is www.dvlottery.state government. I will put the link on the description. Any other website, do not use. Those are scams. That is the only official website you should use to enter the lottery. Second thing, you will need a photo in electronic format, not printout, but in soft copy. So this photo should meet the following requirements. First of all, it should be a dimension of 5 by 5, and it should have a white background. And remember, there is a photo tool provided by the state government on their website. Make sure you use it to validate whether your photo meet the specifications for diversity lottery application. So the sites that check that photo is okay and it is trusted. So make sure you use that very site and not any other photo tool you might come across with on the internet. And I also heard that some people took the photo themselves. I myself, I took the photo with my smartphone. So you don't necessarily need a professional photographer to take your DV lottery photo. But if you don't trust yourself, you can use one. So if you're not sure how to do this, go to a photographer, professional photographer, and tell them that this photo is specifically for the US green card lottery or the US visa, and they will know what to do. The third thing under registration and procedure, the application process itself. It is very quick. So you only provide basic information, your email, your passport number, if you are single. But if you are a family person, you will need to enter the details of all your beneficiaries, your children, your spouse, all adopted, and children you born yourself. So after successfully completing the application, you will receive a feedback with your number called case number. So then you will wait until May the following year to see if the green card has become yours. So they will what we call you can check if you're selected for further processing come May the following year. It starts around the first week of May. The date is normally announced when you can check. So the fourth thing, when May reaches at the beginning of the month, around first week, you can log in into the system with your case number. And so as I was saying, you can log in into the official website with your case number, or and also you need to log in also with your date of birth. And the name of the website I have said, state government official website. Check on the link. You can log in with your case number and name, that is your surname or family name, and date of birth on the same very website, and see if you have been drawn or selected for further processing. So if yes, be very patient and wait for a week or two. If not, don't despair and try again in September. So there is what we call second draw. You can check for the first time and you are not selected for further processing. Don't give up. Don't throw away your case number. Keep it very safe. That printout. check again come September, because some people might have been selected for further processing but they get disqualified because they might have lied or used fake passport number or such things. So try again and check again. Don't despair, don't lose hope. Check for the second time. So it is crucial throughout this process that you do not have high expectations. Most people who won the US green card lottery tried several times. Some are lucky to try once, like myself, and you get selected. But some people can even try 7 times, 10 times, since it is a lottery. So don't give up, don't have high hopes, and just try and see if it's your time. So the fifth step of procedure is for this year, the continuation of the application will be in October. So that is the next step in the application if you are not one. So on 8th May, people checked and they were selected. They are continuing with their processes. They've filled in their DS-260 form. Some have been scheduled for the interview. If not, you wait patiently. Some have gone for their medicals and such. So unlike the previous years when the letters were sent to the Kentucky where the Diversity Lottery Office was located, starting from this year, everything is done electronically. So after you've filled your DS-260 form, every communication will be through the email address you provided during the time of entry. So make sure that your email is active and you can access it. And a special section opens on the same website where you fill in a detailed application form, the place of birth, information about your parents, your education, employment, marital status, involvement in volunteer organizations, up to series of questions related to security matters, terrorism, drugs. It is so when you fill out the application, needless to say, you should be truthful. Don't lie. As I always say, don't lie to the US immigration offices and expect them to give you a visa. So always be truthful, and it locks up. You get feedback that you have completed this step, and that is it. Don't lie. Say the truth. If you are married, enter as married. If you are single, enter as single. If you have a baby, include your babies, because if you don't include them on the original entry, you can't add them on DS-260 form, as that one will be disqualifying you for further processing even if you win. So make sure you say the truth, add everybody who is a beneficiary, and everything will be okay. So it will be best if you filled out the application form as soon as you can. Don't wait too long. So the sooner you submit it, the sooner you will be called for an interview. And one of the issues is the address in America where you want to have your green card or SSN delivered to you when they are done. So since few people know where they will be, you can leave this field blank. Since they don't know whether, you can leave this field blank in this step and then you wait again. So the sixth thing, up to this step everything was free except for the photographer if you opted for a professional photographer. So the American Green Card Lottery application is free for everyone. You don't pay anything. Don't fall for any websites or emails or phone calls or messages that offer to get you your lottery work done for you, because it is a scam. Don't believe anyone. The only official website I have mentioned up on the description box is the only official website you can apply with, and the US immigration will never send you email that you have won green card lottery or diversity visa or you've won a work permit and such. That is all scam. You can only apply on the official website and check using your case number when the lottery results are out. So beware of scam bugs. So now let's move on to your case number app. Mine was in the format of 2021 EU 002 blah blah blah. So this means that 2021 is the year of the program, and the EU to the continent of your current resident. Then zeros, I have no idea, and the case number is 2xxx blah blah blah. So that means I belong to the group that will soon come up by that time. So what does that mean? It means that every year, starting in October,
So
they
that
have
is all
said
about DV Lottery
interviews
in
are
just a
scheduled,
brief.
and
So I
each
will do
month
more detailed
has its own
information on my
range.
channel.
In my
So if you wish
case,
to
it
know
was my
more, please
turn
subscribe,
immediately.
turn on the
So
post
if
notification
I
bell,
understood
and
correctly,
see
October
you
is
in our
usually the
next
month
episode. Bye
in
bye,
which the
and we wish you
numbers
all the best in your DV
up
journey.
till 5,000 will be interviewed, November up to 8,000, and so on. At least that was my experience, and my experience and experience of some other people I covered in this video with. So I received the information that I was going to have an interview in October via an email notification. That is what they call second notification letter. First notification letter is the one you receive that you have been selected for further processing. They congratulate you, and it said the second notification letter is after you fill DS-260 form, you've sent it to them, then they communicate back to you, and that second notification letter tells you that your interview has been scheduled on such and such a date. It said that there had been some changes regarding my case and that I should go to the website and check too. So every information or communication after you fill your DS-260 form is through via email you used during your original entry, as I have said. The seventh thing or step or procedure, the website, after I checked, it told me that I had an interview with the US Embassy, and provided it gives you a link with the details about what to do before the interview. So let's proceed now. Comes to the medical
So
examination.
if you need more
It costed
information about
around
the interview tips, the
$150
question
in
to
total.
expect, the cost
Currently, I
of
think it
after
will be
winning DV
costing
Lottery, check
around
on my channel.
300
I
or
made
less.
some videos, and
Before
bye
you go
bye.
for
See
the
you in our
medical
next episode.
examination, you
Remember,
should
a like is
obtain
always
a
appreciated.
record of the immunization or vaccines received, and also for children. If you want to save, if you are a mommy and you have a baby, or you are a single dad or so, if you have children, to save you cost, make sure you keep their immunization cards, and that one will save you some money. They won't need to go again for some immunizations or vaccines since they've taken them before. So this should be available in your local hospital where you are usually treated or where you used to be treated as a child. So there are two important things I would like to point out here. First thing is that they will probably give you at least one more vaccine. So bring some money for that. Plus, you will need an x-ray of your lungs if you are healthy or not. The second thing is that from the moment you complete your medical examination, the clock starts ticking and you have 6 months to enter the US. Not from the day your visa is issued, though, but from the day your medical examination has been done. The eighth thing is documentation. That is the next step. You will need a certificate of not having a criminal record known as a non-criminal record certificate. That is police clearance. In Kenya, we call it police clearance, and certificate of good conduct. You can get that in your local court or Director of Criminal Investigations Department, depending on your country's policy. So it is also possible that you may need the certificate from both the court and the police. And in addition, if you had lived in another country for more than 6 months, let's say you are a Kenyan, you had worked or lived in Eritrea or Somalia or Rwanda, South Africa, you will need to go and get it too. It's also possible. In addition to these documents, you need what to call, you need to find your diplomas and certificates from elementary school and high school, college, or if you have some university degrees, if you have any, then you need to make copies of all these documents, or you need, and that need to be translated or verified. At least such was my case. So make sure if they are in a language not English, make sure you get them translated. And if any, like KCSE for Kenyans, you need to take your certificate to the NEC and get it verified before your interview date. So check on my channel. I made a good video on the documents required for DV lottery interview or immediately after winning. So the ninth thing is the interview. Interview is conducted in one day and in two parts. In the morning, bring all the papers with you, plus the medical examination report in a sealed envelope.
All of these papers I had, only the high school certificates and the regional certificate and one paper from the medical envelope were taken. So the rest, they don't need it actually. So my college diplomas and degrees and certificates were returned to me, as well as a copy of the previous SSN, that is Social Security number, I had received when I worked in American in previous years. So by the way, while the clerk in the US Embassy is handling the paperwork, he also asks you questions about your application, if you've been to the US, when exactly, and where, and why, for how long, what do you do now, who is your contact person, what is the address you provided for shipping documents, when you arrive to America, do you have any idea what you will do there, and so on. So for the visa fees, I paid like $330, and they told me there was no refund in the case of a rejection. So you need to know that. The second part of the interview, sorry, the second part of the interview happens a little later in the afternoon, and if everything goes okay, you leave your fingerprints, chat with another clerk, in my case an American, read aloud that you understood, that you would answer in court if something was incorrect in your application, or if you have misinterpreted, misrepresented yourself. So then the clerk wishes you luck and hands you a registration paper or guide that you will need to register on this the website I will put on the description. So you will need to select a DHL courier service office which you will use to receive your passport, and an envelope which must remain sealed until you arrive to the US. The 10th requirement or section, payments do not end here. So since last year, another green card fee has been introduced, and it costs about $160. You will pay before you leave, and it is done online. So the visa in your passport indicates the date by which you must enter the country. So it looks like this. This is a specimen, and much more. So questions and answer about US diversity visa program is like the following. I'm going to give you the example. What are the eligibility requirements for applying for an American Green Card lottery? So there is one condition, 12 years of schooling in total. If you have less than 12 years of schooling, that is like in Form 4 Kenyan system, the 844. If you have less than 12 years of schooling, because they normally enroll in high school, 4 years, 8 years in primary, then 4 in high school. That should total to 12. So if you have less than 12 years of schooling, the requirement may be changed to 2 years of work experience in a job that fits the job that are included on the special on a special list. So what if I am drawn, or I have a spouse and or children, is there a green card for them too? Yes, the spouse certainly, and the children, if they are younger than 21, are under you. They are the beneficiaries, under the original, the principal applicant, and none of them need to speak English, nor does the documentation mentioned play a crucial role on them. So only the applicant is being looked at, not the beneficiaries. What if someone might ask, what if I'm married and I want to get married after? What if I'm not married and I want to get married after finding out that I won the US Green Card lottery, or I have already scheduled a wedding after the date of finding out or filling out the application? Although it was stated during the application process that a change in marital status could lead to disqualification from the program, it doesn't happen, and it does not happen. And future married couples do get visas. As in the previous case, the papers of the applicant are the most important, and it is up to the future married couple to deal with proving a common history through photographs, living together, travels, certificate of marriage. So make sure all these evidences are adding up to 2 years. Have you known each other for 2 years? Are there proof to support them? So if the change in marital status occurred after completing the application where the applicant wrote that he was single or she was single, this can be corrected by calling the embassy, which will later direct to the next necessary step. So if the change in marital status occurred after finding out about the scheduled interview, so your application form for the interview says single, you should call the US Embassy too to correct this piece of information. What about your family members? Do all my family members pay the expenses, medical exam, visa fee, etc.? Of course they do. What about this? Somebody might ask, does winning the US green card lottery guarantee me a green card? No. And that is pointed out time and again throughout the process. You need to complete the process, application itself, interview, visa, so on. So your lottery win has an expiration date, and also you can get disqualified after being selected for further processing. Is a green card obtained here or in America? It is, of course, abroad in America. So after landing at the airport, you go straight to the counters of the US citizens and ask for directions to go to immigrant officials. That is upon your arrival at the airport in the US. You should go through a similar interview to that you went through at the embassy in terms of questions. So be ready, and then you can change the address if you have decided on another location in the meantime. So from that moment, you will wait for your green card or for about 3 weeks, and the information on this green card you will be emailed to the address you provided while you are giving out the details. So remember, the information contained on this video comes from personal experience and might not be up to date. For up to date information on the American Green Card or Diversity Visa Lottery, please refer to their official website, Electronic Diversity Visa Lottery. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for staying with me. I hope to see you in our next episode. Remember, a like is always appreciated. Stay tuned for more information about Diversity Visa Journey. I will share everything with you. Subscribe and turn on that post notification bell so that you won't miss any of our upcoming episodes. Otherwise, I wish you all the best in your DV journey and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye, and I wish you good health. And don't forget my quote, have only positive expectation. Hope. Yes, hope is never disappointed. If you have hope, you have positive expectation and outlook in life, you can achieve all your dreams. So don't give up, don't lose hope. If you tried for the first time, you did not win, that doesn't mean you can't win on the second attempt or even the 10th attempt. So try again and again. Some people might win like me on the first attempt, some on the second, some on the third, some on the fifth, because it is a lottery. It is never a guarantee because it's like gambling. You don't say, let me gamble, I am sure I'm gonna win. So it is just trial and error, and the winners are selected randomly by a machine which is programmed in the United States. So don't lose hope. Remember, hope, abbreviation, H for have, O only, P positive, E expectation. Hope. Yes. Hope that one day you're gonna win too and you will achieve your US dream. You can live it as you've hoped for. Bye again and again. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Turn on the post notification bell. And remember, as always, a like is always appreciated. I wish you all the best, really, from deep, deep, deep down my heart. I wish everyone all the best in their journey, and everyone is a winner. It only depends on the computer to select you. You have nothing. The only thing you can do is to follow instructions. Say the truth, don't lie. As I said earlier, don't lie to the US immigration offices and think that they will give you a visa. Always say the truth, follow instruction, enter correctly, take the right picture with the right dimensions and leave it to the computer.
because if you don't follow instruction, you will be disqualified even before you enter the entry. So get the right picture either by your phone or using a professional photographer, anyone which works for you. Get your passport also in time, because remember I said without a passport number you cannot enter the lottery, because you can't have a passport number without having a passport. So make sure you apply for that your passport with your immigration officers in your respective countries early in time. Get your picture done early with no rush. Keep it for October, and remember it's first week. Wait for the date. I will publish it on my channel, and leave it in the hands of hope. Have only positive expectation. Bye bye, and see you in our next episode. Take good care of it. Please give my video a like and share it with your friend. They can benefit because I share a lot of tips.